You can wave back with emojis. Not sure. So I've come to agree that the world is cold and bitter. I did not understand, or even close to understand. It's embarrassing that I didn't. I mean, I was raised well enough. I should be able to piece that together, but I have come to understand why you guys fight so hard for what you have, whether it's a little or a lot. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Like, I understand why most people hate humanity. It's like really bad. I'm scared. Scary. Life is scary. Might take that. Yeah. So, it's like the reason I'm scared, like, I defend myself. Seriously. Damn well at that. Oh, it's like, I have learned that it's unnecessary. And now I'm like, hi, Shauna. So, hi, Sherry. I did not realize how good I had it. Oh my god, you guys spoiled me. Like, what you put me through was spoiling compared to this. This is easier for all intents and purposes, but, oh man, it's like, I hate it. I hate it so much. I think we're done having to live this way, and that's good. But it's been rough. Pretty much letting my wife take the wheel. She knows what she's doing. I'll tell you, I'm pretty darn embarrassed that I don't. Maybe some of you know what it's like to be as stupid as I am, but I don't know if any of you know what it's like to be this stupid and know it. That's the hard part, is knowing you're dumb. It really sucks to know when you're dumb and like not be able to do anything about it. So I'm really smart, but there's a lot of ways I am so stupid. That bothers me so much because I want to take care of my family and all that. And I can't. Unless I like work together with my wife, which is like what I always wanted to do, because I don't want that. So, you know, it's that way. Duh. And I have to look at a random stranger to realize that I'm sitting here complaining in front of a Panera. It's so pathetic. I have no shame. This is fact. It's where my life is, and I'm just like, I need to vent about it, you know? And I almost said I hope some of you are having a bad day. Like, I hope some of you guys are, like, in a place where we can camaraderise, and, like, if it's not the best day, it's a Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. I just want a home. I want to be able to settle down with my wife and keep doing my career, and thank you for making fun of me with kindness. I'm going to simply ignore the make fun of me part and take the compliment. I need it right now. I need it so bad. My wife is awesome. She's so freaking awesome. Too bad you have a wife. No, it ain't too bad. It's the best. Yo, it's the best. She tortures me every day, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And I mean that. And, like, she doesn't torture me, but, like, it's torture for me, because there's so much of life that I don't know how to do, and she does, and we gotta do it, and it's really, really hard for me, but it's good for me, so I can't. Letting her take the wheel is probably about the smartest thing I ever did. I've done a couple of smart things. Letting my wife take the wheel, um, especially right now in society, is pretty smart. Thank you. Yo, and people are so viciously, like, just freaking weird. Because I'll give you a little story. When I was by myself, I used to travel on my own. People would take me in and this and that, and there was really nothing in that perspective unless it was like a Tinder date or something like that. And as my wife and I got together, oh my god, it's not, and it ain't only the guys. It ain't. It's like people are like, you know, and I don't know if they're dumb and they see us as like, I don't know, something, they like enigmatize us or whatever it might be. But I'm telling you, every single one of them is like, so you guys are down for weird stuff. And we're like, they don't say that, but they're like, we're going to go ahead and try to be that way. And it's like, it has caused us to lose a lot of hope in humanity. And we've become very reclusive and like super with each other and like not really liking other people all that much anymore. But we keep trying, we keep pushing to like make friends and try to talk to people. But especially when you have goals and whatnot, that's when it's hard. If we weren't doing anything, I bet you people wouldn't really be that way. But being that we're trying to build our own life, it's like everybody wants a piece of that, and it's like it blows me away how far people will go to try and get that. And it blows us away because we're not like that. We're to ourselves and we're to each other. Um, and if anything, we try to bring people together, not apart. So we keep meeting people of the opposite standard, and it's irritating because I used to meet people that were on that same wavelength, and I don't. Not really all that often, and I don't know what to blame. I mean, we're pretty much the same. I'm pretty much back to who I used to be in a lot of good ways. As far as my wife, she's awesome, and there's really no qualms about it. Like, if you got an issue with a woman, you got an issue with yourself. That's my viewpoint. I'm probably quite chauvinistic to say that, but um, like growing up, I was taught that, and then for a while, I was like, no, that wasn't. Getting further along, I was like, yeah, it's definitely like I was right about how women work, and in a complimentary way. Like, y'all deserve the best. I can tell you, whether no matter what side of the fence I've met a woman on, I have always received more attraction and like liking me more over behaving the way that I believe that women are. And like I get some blowback, but it's like I'll get a girl who's like disagrees, but she'll disagree while she's like trying to hug me or something, and because it's like we all want affection. At least that's my viewpoint on it. Is we all want affection. So maybe it's that they don't agree with my viewpoint, but they see how much I care. So there's one. And I know I have become thick-headed too. I've become really set in my ways. But I never stopped trying to break that. I stop. That's my life. I am always trying to open up, and because I know a lot of guys do that too. Because I stereotype and say I'm not right, but we do. We get like really set in our ways. I want to be steadfast, and I really want to be super, like I want to be good at what I do, but I also don't want to lose that flexibility. And that's what's really bugging me, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to get set in my ways, and it's like I know I'm not losing my flexibility, but I really have to go down on myself hard. Like I really have to reflect for a lot longer period of time and more intricately to get to the same place of flexibility. Whereas before, I didn't think about it for a second or two. I'm like, yeah, okay, I could pivot on that. I could shift on that. But now it takes a lot longer. So that's okay. Wait till you're married 18 years. I don't know why. I must have something wrong with me that I seriously really do want to spend the rest of my life with this woman. Like, the good part is I want to spend the rest of my life with this woman. But, like, the bad part is, like, I want to be in a marriage the rest of my life. Like, my wife would probably agree. That's why I can get away with saying it. It's like, it is so freaking hard to be in a relationship. A long-term relationship is a lot harder than either one of us thought it was going to be. And it's like, why do people do this? Oh, yeah. But then why do people do... Oh, yeah. But what about... Oh, yeah. So, it's like, it's a different life. You can't relate it to anything. You really can't. I can't. I can. And I've had a lot of experiences, and I bet a lot of you have too. And marriage is a different animal altogether. Anyway, I do not have an OnlyFans page. Can we have a conversation about that? I'm ready to show my romance. I'm 100% serious. I am so done. They make fake pictures of me on the internet. They might as well have the real one. I don't know. But what I do know is that, like, an OnlyFans page will make me a little money, and I gotta pay the bills for my wife, and I don't judge, and I really don't care what it takes anymore. I really don't. I mean, I'm texting with a dude and being like, sexy when I'm talking to him. He's helped me out a little bit. I don't care. And I'll tell you, if my Bobby and Pop were alive, they would not be judging me. They wouldn't. Because when I look them in the eye, I say, Mom, Dad, this is what it takes to pay the bills for the woman I love, because the world is mocking me for trying to be masculine. Well, this is what I got for you. And they say, I'm still coming to the family parties. They ain't thinking I got a problem with me. So, I do know that. I do. It's good stuff. So yeah, I don't have one, but I apologize to anyone who I've thought, like, I laughed at that. What's wrong with me? You know what? That's why. That's why I'm having to do all this stuff now. I freaking judged. Don't judge. Don't judge, guys. Because the world has become far more acute and organized. And if you ask for an education and you judge, get ready to make an OnlyFans page. Get ready to make an OnlyFans page. If you judge and require an income, it'll happen. I don't know that for sure, but let's go ahead and go on feet piece logic. Life really happens when kids come into the picture. Yo, yeah, like, I am a different human being. I'm an absolute different human being. And I'm so proud of it. I am. And a lot of you guys had a lot to do with that too. There's, like, that wake up, like, I'm woken up to life, and I never was. And you guys know that. You watch it, for some of you watching me for years, you know that I was real stupid. And it didn't take long for a lot of you to figure out that I kind of got my head on straight. I couldn't even tell you how it happened. I don't even know how. All I know is I went from being what I was and the way I was to things make sense now. And I haven't fully succumbed to the way things are. I'm trying to decide what parts I want to fight, but, like, I'm awake to life now. I'm still like, kind of disobey the rules, and you see how I am. But I'm not a criminal. But I'm definitely, like, I'm a little disruptive. What I'm trying to do is make my being disruptive productive for society. Like, do it where and when it's good for society. And that's the hardest part, is trying to be a good man and also realize, like, I'm a breaker, right? In my life, I'm a builder, and in my job, I'm a breaker. And I got to figure out how to do that well, and in a way that's respectful. It's damn hard. It was hard before COVID, and now, they got rid of most of us, and it's pretty hard. But I don't give up, and I love what I do, so how did you know? How are you guys? Okay. All right. We're sad, but we're okay. Hi, Peggy. OnlyFans page. Ugh. Yeah, I think it took me a minute to realize I'm a full-grown man and a social degenerate, and, like, at the same time I'm not. It's simply that I get paid to pretend to be one, and it makes it really hard to make friends because I'm the backwoods boy, and then now I'm a man, and at the same time I'm like some weirdo on the internet. So, my friends don't like me, but then my enemies don't like me either. Whereas when you have the job, your enemies are kind of your friends. But I don't have that because I haven't let go of who I am. So since I won't sell out, I'm alone. I'm alone with my wife, and I'm happy that way. And I have to say, in some ways, I kind of judged her family a little bit. I was like, you guys don't really have anybody to talk to or whatever, and, like, that's not cool. It's not cool. I was wrong, and I'm starting to see how hard it is really to stay who you are, maintain your family, keep the drama out, keep who you are in, and not be a criminal. It's really, really hard to do all of those things together. It's like super, super freaking difficult. So, sorry. I'm really freaking sorry. I have learned a crap ton of lessons, and I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to do so. People get married for life. Yeah. You can make so much money on OnlyFans. We'll see. I don't want to be ostracized by her family too. I don't think I'm there. I can't believe that. I got, oh my god, some points on that one. Some points on that one. But holy crap. What you like to drink in Panera? I love me a good iced coffee. And I don't know if anybody knows about the cane sugar. It's kind of like a secret. It's not really a secret, but now I'm going to say it's a secret. It's the cane sugar at Panera. Put that cane sugar in the bottom and just soak that right up. It's delicious. Will you give me another one? Honey, I need to disappear up here. I do. I really need to, I seriously need to be gone. That way we can go in there and they realize how sad and depressed and miserable I am, and that I'm not a threat to anyone, and I totally need you, and I'm grateful for you, and I love you, and I'm a good stay-at-home dad, and I'm going to be great at video games, and we're ready for the next phase of our life, and I have to submit to that, and be grateful to everybody letting me submit to it. Yeah. So, yep, starting to see what the world made me for. What I can tell you is I do have quite a murderous rage on the inside over my pop and Bobby. People trying to have used them for me. I say, okay, I'm grateful for the gift. It's not really cool to leave certain people unbeknownst to certain things. And I mean, I got quite a chip on my shoulder, and I know that sometimes I wipe people off the planet for saying what I'm saying here. That ain't happening to me. I know God's on my side. Test it if you like. Please don't test it. I give up. Okay, I'm so tired. I love my family, and people think it's like an oppression thing. It's not. Listen to me. There's certain things that happen in this world that are supposed to be that way, and there are certain people that are supposed to be the way they are. And if we didn't have those people keeping us in line sometimes, then how much would be out of line, So, I can say that no matter how hard I fight, there's always one more thing that's more acute than I can understand or I can see. And the moment I think I'm ahead, I look and I'm like, wow, this thing I thought was so impressive has it ain't no. And people have been figuring this stuff out for so long. It's really humbling. So, thanks for keeping me humble. All I'm asking is, I say I have learned enough in this lifetime, and I mean seriously. I feel that with what I know now, I'm satisfied the rest of my life, and all that's left is to have my family, and that's it. That's all I want, is to be here with my family and build a few guys right here. I have temptations and desires for more. Until I see where life goes, I can't really say if they're appropriate. I don't know, and I'm learning to explore what I can explore before trying to look into something I don't fully understand yet. The caffeine does it to me, don't judge. Thank you. You have kids? I do. If I may. Is that Penrara Broad? It's Penrara. My Princess Leia. Am I by myself? Never. Even if you drive by, I look it. I ain't by myself. You want to stop and say hi, don't say anything else. Catch my drift. And if you're going to say it with your mouth. Good men finish last, you need to break all the rules. Yo, let me say though, good men do finish last, and women like a man that can finish last. Pun intended. So, I won. Maddie, welcome on. tortoise in the hare, my friend. If you have a beautiful wife, she could make big bucks. Oh no, no, no. That's, my gosh, she is the opposite of that. She's my queen. This woman is the epitome of beauty and modesty. She likes to keep herself private, and I love that about her. Her and I are opposites in that way, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Jim, welcome on. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and unblock people because I'm over the oversensitive bit, you know, the super defensive, insecure about my relationship bit. That I need a little experience to recognize that my wife is like super dedicated to me, as dedicated as I am to her. And now that I see that, it wasn't her fault, it was my own insecurities. I don't really care what people say. You can comment as much as you need. And we'll have a good conversation with the rest of y'all. How many kids do I have? I have one kid, one baby. Jim goes, am I at Penrera? I am at Penrera. Temptations. What are your temptations? Oh, let me count the ways. I have been reading about John D. Rockefeller. Let that take your imagination where it must. And then I realized I might be becoming a Looney Tune, so I took a step back. I said, well, let me focus on the reality that I am a subhuman, becoming human, and like I might be shooting, you know, they say shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, and then there's like me off in some supernova or trying to shoot at a black hole or something, I don't know. So it was time for me to chill out. I'm chilling out. I was going a little too far. At least I think so. Follow your dreams. Yeah, my dreams, my dreams became reality, and I think that's why I went to shoot for the next thing. And what I noticed is the people that say to shoot, to keep, you know, always go to the next big thing, and then the people that don't, and then the people that live it, are three different kinds of people. So you got the people whose job it is to talk about it, the people whose job it is not to be about it, and then the people whose job it is to be about it. So I want to be about it. And that means I do exactly that, Jim. I follow my dreams. How are you, Kimberly? That's a different one. Penrara. Yes, Penrara. That's what we call Penrara when we don't have the legal right to say Penrara. We say Penrara. No, my wife is quite the private woman. I'm a pretty private guy. I've learned to be on here with you. I get a lot of personal value out of talking with y'all. Do I want to hear your joke, Jim? Always. I will always want to hear your joke, yeah. Good to see you're doing well. I appreciate it. I hope you are as well. Thank you for your continued patience, and thank you for what you do. I mean it. Very secure, confident. My wife whipped me into shape. God's honest truth. Like, I'm not scared of like violent criminals, but I'm scared of my wife. She's like, there's no insult in there. It's a compliment. You take any guy, and I bet, I don't know if any of you agree with this, but it's like you could have a dude whack you in the back of the head with a baseball bat and say, go do this, you need to do it, and you'll be like, no. And if your wife looks at you, or like a woman you care about or respect, and she looks at you and she goes, all she has to do is look at it, and it's done before that baseball bat could have hit your head from the guy, because they have power over us. They do, and I don't think they realize the power they have. They have power over the good of us. If there's a guy that doesn't listen to a woman, I don't trust that man, because it's kind of like we're made to go do, and they're like walking libraries. Women have the way. They're a library, a compass, and everything else in between. And when we listen to what they say or what they feel and trust their intuition, I mean, especially when they're pregnant, like their senses enhance. Like if you're really a smart guy, pay attention to a pregnant woman, what she says, does, thinks, feels, and you may find answers that you didn't. You could be 40, 50, 60, and they know something they couldn't possibly know, simply because there's something inside of them that says so. And when you pay attention to that wisdom, it's a natural wisdom. You could take 15 years of going to school, and like college, say an associate's degree, it's like 15 years of schooling. And what's that? No, what is that? 15 years, 12. That's 3. Okay, so let's say that you fast tracked it to the nursing degree, whatever. And there you go. If you disagree, sit down with a woman, get her comfortable, look her in the face and ask her opinion about the choices you're making. Go ahead, I dare you. I ain't a feminist. Not even close. Ask anybody. I'm like chauvinistically masculine. And I'm telling you that women have it figured out on accident. And when we pay attention to what they do, it all works out. I'm grateful. This is my way of expressing the gratitude I have for having had my wife by my side the last 3 years, because the worst thing for me is, had we not met and gotten together, I wouldn't be dead. I'd be in a position right now that I'd be wishing I was dead had her and I not met. So take it for what you may, but I accredit me being alive right now to being smart enough to listen to her. And take that credit, guys. If you ever feel like you're not, oh, well, that's the woman getting the credit and you're disappearing, you don't matter. Yeah, you do. Realize that you making the personal decision to trust what she has to say or do, that's humility. And that's maturity. And it's discernment to pay attention and say, okay, where are they going? And what are they thinking? So, as long as they have a good, safe, stable environment, and it's not always like what's around. Sometimes it's all that you need is to be a good support system, and that's enough for them to show you the world. You have a baby? When? Says John. John, I'll shake your hand and let you know. Let me know when we're meeting up. I'll shake your hand and let you know when my child is walking, talking. Good, you realize you have problems. Always, yeah. It's hard. It's embarrassing. I find out I'm very different than the way I was raised and told that I was, and I'm grateful for the rose-colored glasses I was given growing up. But I'm quite embarrassed to find out that, like, I didn't make the cut. I didn't, and I thought that was going to be such a bad thing. But now looking back, if I had made it, I think I would have stagnated. Whereas now, I don't really have anything, but I have a lot of wisdom. I have my family. I have the education I got growing up. I mean, schooling, it's okay. I'm talking about, like, I didn't truly understand how much value had been instilled into me growing up until I got older. And, like, now, it is, when I say, please, I see people leaving, and it blows my mind, because I'm about to say the thing that seriously has the most value. And that's when people go. I'm like, that's fine if you got to do that. But I'm not saying this for my pride. And if you're mature enough to recognize that I'm saying this for you, listen close. Because if you go to an elderly home or something like that, but the past generations, there's such a wealth of wisdom, not knowledge, wisdom. You can go to school for knowledge, but the wisdom of some of these people is where I'm here surviving based on what my Bobby and Pop taught me, right? I was blessed enough to have a Bobby and Pop. And I'm not birthed into that family. And now I'm out here, and I look like I should just be some random homeless kid. And I'm not. I got a lot of wisdom, and it came from those pioneers. It came from those who settled this country that took me in. It's like their grandparents that helped us settle this country. But ironically, 3 generations later, and they still had that much to offer me, that I'm here sitting. And there are people who cannot figure me out. Seriously, they can't figure me out. And it's not me. I don't take the credit. And that's one of the pieces of wisdom they taught me, is you take the credit where credit is due. And I'm due like this much credit. And I have a lot of credit to go ahead and say thank you to all the people who did get me to where I'm at. And where I'm at is nowhere. It might look bad to somebody who doesn't understand what it's like to be under zero. But when you start off under zero, it's the way I used to say it to somebody I love very much. Say, I started at negative 100. My life is at about 10. That's 110. I'm 26, supposed to be dead, and I'm at 110. Now, real wise man taught me. Now, this is like a super wise owl, okay? Somebody that I don't even get to talk to anymore. But, like, only take credit for the 10. Make sure that that other 100, it ain't there. It's not there. You wanna make it the rest of that 100? If you started below 100, it's like having a poison. It's like having a poison inside you. If you started below 0, you got it. You got that disease, and you don't want to spread it to people because you care about people. You can't get rid of it, but you're not going to give up on yourself simply because you started somewhere that isn't fair to you. So you lock that inside. You put it in a box somewhere that it can't hurt other people, and you build up past that. And that means it's going to take twice the effort to make the same results. It's always going to be that way. And we could complain about it, or we could realize that when we do it, we have the blessing of having a baby, right? My family here, and my baby's not going to have that curse. If anything, my baby's at least going to be 10 above that 0. That's amazing, and I have a lot of great people out there to thank for that, and thank you, because my baby made it. My baby, our baby, made it. That's a win. And as long as we're there to nurture our baby in such a way that they understand what it means to be in this world in the most appropriate fashion possible, and I can instill as much of that wisdom into my baby, make sure that baby serves society as well, we keep going up. And that's the goal for everybody, is that as you take this in, if it matters something to you, is keep fighting for that and never give up. And never give up, that's the negative half. The positive half is when you go to work, this is the hard part, right? This is the part where everybody does leave. I get that. It's fine. I understand. This is the part where I lose money. I want you to understand that. So I'm investing in you right now if you listen. It's fact. You come work at Pinrera. You get behind that counter. Optimism. Not too much. Not much. You give too much, you lose your job, or you have people trying to do stuff to you. That much. You could ask your father. He knows. Take that much. Put it in there. In this world, we can really only absorb 10% of what we're given. Why give more than 10%? If they want the whole thing, they'll take it. If they don't, they won't. And that's the biggest lesson that got me sitting here today. Give as much as they'll receive. Don't give so much and romanticize and say, oh, they're going to take it. I did that for a long time. Give as much as someone will take. On average. Because you got reserved for yourself. What's her baby's name? Do you sing Baby Shark? Yes. Joke about finishing last, pun intended. How do I? Let me count the ways. Cherish her. I do. No problem. Hair looks extra poofy today. Yes, it does. I never made the cut for baseball tryouts in school. I'm sorry to hear it. Give yourself some credit. You deserve it. I appreciate it. I'm giving myself as much as is due. You should go. I'm sorry about my attitude. I'm working on that too. I'm getting a lot of help on that. Just go to America's Got Talent and do what? Talk. It is always something. There's always something going on. For all of us that way. Daddy working out. Sky's the limit. I used to work at Pinrera. Doesn't matter where you work, long as working to provide for your family. Thank you, Sherry. And there's nothing wrong with a woman providing for her family either. For those of you out there that are, the way I am, it's like freaking maybe too far into your gender, but you know, there's nothing wrong with a woman providing for the family. I mean, I'm thinking that might be what we do. We don't know, but I'm a dad, and like, I want to be a dad. In a big way, I want to be a dad, and my wife, she, may I? I'm going to be slow to it. Made a lot of sacrifices for our family. She deserves to go out and do what she wants. So, we'll see. Love your vibe. Thank you. Both work. That's how you move up. Can provide for sure, but if pregnant, it might be difficult. We'll see. We'll see what we decide to do. So, thanks for stopping in. I totally today used Instagram Live in a way that may not be the best, but it was really great to talk with y'all, and this was definitely worth it. So, we'll be chatting real soon. I'm going to miss you guys. I really don't want to shut down, but how are we looking? Are we going somewhere? Are we sitting? What are we doing? No, don't speak. Sorry. I'm asking, I don't want her to, because she doesn't want to. And then I ask a question, and she's very kind, cordial, and responsive. Do I shut down? Do I not shut down? That's what I should ask. Admittedly, I'm very scared. That's why I'm afraid to shut down. And we really couldn't go anywhere right now anyway. I don't think. Go inside, reset. Go inside, restart the broadcast. Like later, or a little bit. Get comfortable. Will you go inside and let them know what we do, and let them know where we're at, and let them know, or ask them if it's okay if we come chill for a while? Thank you. Is it okay if I stay on here and put your hat towards the camera for you? It's hard to stay spatially aware when you have so much going on you're thinking about. I'm only trying to help. Yeah. I remember having one of those. She smells nice. I love my family. My car can come later. I say we go over to Twitter. See you soon.